If you do anything online, you need to watch this next video because it's really important. Hey guys, Ken here. Welcome back to the channel. This video I wanted to do this morning is very important. Okay, watch it all the way to the end because there is a virus going on right now that has hit the internet, and it's been around for at least a year. Its surface is usually around this time of year, around the holiday season, because the scammers know that more and more people are shopping online because of the coronavirus, and more people are running businesses from home on different platforms, running their businesses online. And it happened to me this morning, and I wanted to share with you my experience so you'll know how to recognize it and then how to fix your computer to where you can get rid of this thing. Okay, what it is basically a virus that finds its way into your computer system through some loophole. You might be searching on a social media site. This morning I was on Twitter. I just gotten off of Twitter, and I was driving some traffic towards my eBay listings to try to boost some sales, and I went over to Pinterest, and this is a site that I've been on hundreds of times without a problem. And all of a sudden this window pops up on my screen, and it basically has all these bells and lights and flashing things and warnings, and it's designed to make you startled and get you scared and panicked. And basically there's a digital recorded voice that says your computer has been severely infected, and in order to restore your system, because what this software does, this virus, is it completely locks up your computer. You can't do anything. You can't move your mouse. You can't close out the system. You can't close out the browser. You can't do a Control-Alt-Delete and take the browser out. You can't do anything. It just completely freezes up everything to where your computer is basically a paperweight. Okay, and when this thing first hit the internet last year, everybody was panicking. How can I get my system restored? I need my computer. I got attacked by this serious virus. They were all in a panic. Well, I finally, when this happened, I went on my phone and I went on YouTube, and I found this person that had an answer to how you can get around this. And that's what I wanted to share with you today, if it happens to you, because it happened to me at about 7 o'clock this morning. I was on Pinterest, gonna drive some traffic, and all of a sudden this window pops up. And this window, it's designed to scare you. Okay, it's got all these bells and whistles and warnings and popping things, and it's just there to frighten you and get you panicked, to thinking, oh my goodness, my computer is severely infected. How am I going to get it restored? And there's this little computer voice in your ear, because I wear headphones, and what it does is it tells you the only way you can get this fixed is to call a certain number and speak to one of our highly trained expert Windows technicians, and they will walk you through the process of restoring your system. Well, guys, if you see this kind of a window pop up on one of your screens to where it freezes up your computer, you can't do anything, and you're hearing that message, don't do anything about it. Don't call that number, because what that number is redirected to a number in India, and this is directly tied to the scammers that are running this thing. And they'll even try to lie to you about their first name. Okay, they'll use an American name like Bob or Sally or Phil or Jeff or Stephen or something to get you to think that they're here in the US, and they'll even lie about their location. They'll say they're in Texas, or they'll say they're in Florida or California or whatever, but they're actually in India. I actually saw this computer technician, this expert, one time, and he traced the call back. He found out exactly where the scammer was calling from, and he said, I'm looking at your face right now. I can see exactly where you're calling from, and you're in Mumbai, India, and the next call I'm making is to Interpol. And if you don't know what Interpol is basically the International Police Force. And as soon as he heard Interpol, it was like, he got off the line. He hung up, and because he knew he was about to be caught. But anyway, if you see this window pop up, don't panic. Okay, and whatever you do, do not call that number, because you're going to get tied to a scammer. And when they tell you how they can fix your system, of course, there's going to be a fee for their service, because this is how they get paid. And it's usually to the tune of a couple of $100. So they'll tell you how, either you got to give up your bank account number or a credit card or whatever. And if you do that, then they'll be able to restore your system. And they're the only ones that can do it, because this is a highly advanced virus, and and they have the expertise and you don't, and they know how to get rid of it, but there's a fee. And so many people have been scammed by this, and scammed out of hundreds of dollars. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the way you can get this fixed, and it's really simple. Okay, and the only reason I know this is because it happened to me last year, and like I said, I went on my phone and I found out a way that somebody had taught that you can do this and it will restore your system. And it's very simple. All you have to do, okay, since this virus won't let you shut your computer down, you basically shut it down a different way. You just go find the main plug that plugs into the wall. This is the main power cord that plugs into your system, that plugs into the wall, the electrical outlet in your wall, and you simply unplug it from the wall. Okay, now what this is called, I believe in computer world terminology, is called a cold boot. Okay, it's not the proper way that Windows usually shuts down, but it will kill the power to your computer. And then what you do is you leave it sit unplugged for about 45 minutes. I know it's an inconvenience, but you want to make sure you're giving the system enough time to reset itself and to get rid of this virus. So that's what I did. This happened to me about 7 o'clock. So I waited till about 7:45, I think 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. And then I just plugged it back in, and my system rebooted, and everything was back to normal, and the virus was gone. Okay? But like I said, whatever you do, for goodness sakes, do not call that number, because they're going to try to scam you out of hundreds of dollars telling you that they're the only ones that can fix your computer. Okay? They're the experts. And all you have to do, again, is find the power source where your computer plugs into the wall and pull the plug. Just pull the plug, pull it out of the wall, and that will completely cut the signal to your computer, cut all the power to your computer, and then just let it sit there unplugged and unpowered for 45 minutes. That's what I did, just to make sure it had enough time. Because see, the first time I did this, I only let it sit for about 10 minutes, and when I plugged it back in, the virus was back. So I'm like, oh, I got to leave it longer. So I unplugged it again, and the next time I waited 45 minutes, and it was gone. And that's what happened this morning. I unplugged it from the wall, waited about 45 minutes, plugged it back in, and we were good to go. And the virus was completely gone. Now, let me tell you something that's just as important. When you restore your computer, when it starts booting back up, when you come back up, now Windows, what Windows does is interprets the way you shut down your computer. Okay, you can either do a warm boot by going through the steps on your menu and close it out that way, but since this virus doesn't allow you to do that, and you had to resort to just unplugging it from the wall, that's what's called a hard boot or a cold boot. Okay, and it will give you a little message up in the right hand corner of your screen when you open up a browser window, and it'll say something like, Windows did not shut down properly. Do you want to restore pages you had open, or something like that? Like, you may have had a couple of pages open when this thing happened, like I did. Okay, I had my Pinterest open, I had eBay open, I had, what else did I have open? I had Photoshop open. I had several windows open, things open, and it will ask you, do you want to restore those pages, or do you want to restore those settings? Do not click a yes. Okay, just X out of that and just log back in to whatever websites you were on manually through your passwords, your username and passwords, and don't go the route of resetting your settings or your Windows, restoring your Windows, because what happens sometimes, I don't know if it happens all the time, but I was told that that virus can still be attached to those settings or those Windows, and if you restore those Windows, it'll just bring back the virus, and then you'll have to go through the whole process all over again. Okay, so don't do that. Just unplug it from the wall, let it sit about 45 minutes, plug it back in when your system restores, and it asks you, do you want to restore your settings? Just click out of it, just click on the little X and X out of it, and then just go back into your settings the way you normally would, and you should be fine. Okay, but that's really the only way I know you can get around this thing, and I tried it this morning and it works. I'm talking to you now because before my computer was completely froze up, and unless you do it this way, it's going to be froze up. But like I said, don't call that number, because it's going to get redirected to somebody in India, and they're going to scam you. They're going to tell you this is the only way you can get this done, and blah, blah, blah. And they're only trying to get your money. Okay. So I just wanted to throw this video out there real quick just to warn you, because like I said, this kind of, this virus usually surfaces about this time of year. Because like I said, you know, more people are shopping online and more people are doing businesses from home online. And these scammers are just looking for little portholes where they can get, where their software can find an opening. And all of a sudden you'll be just sitting there, you know, working on your computer, and all of a sudden this window will pop up and they'll say, you have a serious virus and all this other, and they'll try to scare the crap out of you. But don't panic. You know, unplug your computer from the source, wait about 45 minutes, plug it back in. And then when it tells you if you want to restore your settings or your Windows, previous Windows, just click out of it, just X out of it, and then just log into your normal website platforms that you normally do, and you should be fine because it works. Okay, just wanted to pass that on to you guys. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great Q4 in spite of everything. But be careful out there, guys, because the scammers are active. They want your money. Don't give it to them. Okay, don't give in. Use this method and it'll work. It worked for me. It'll work for you. Okay, listen, I got to go. But you guys have a great day. If you got anything out of this video, smash the like button. You know what to do. It really helps the channel. I appreciate it. And I guess that's it. You guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, and bye for now.